Hello Flosstube friends, welcome back to Bumble Stitches. My name's Nicola and this is episode 45 of my Bumble Stitches Flosstube. Today is Sunday the 26th of November and it has been a really chilly day. I've had to put the heater on here in the conservatory because it was frosty this morning and I would have been shivering in front of you if I hadn't have warmed it up a little bit. So I hope you're all well and that you've had lots of stitchy time and just generally lots of good time since I saw you last. I've been planning every Sunday since I saw you last to come back because there's quite a few things I want to share with you. Things that are in preparation for the upcoming Christmas season because it's December the 1st on Friday and I am so excited. But with all that said, I should have said thanks for coming back if you are a returning viewer and if you are a new subscriber, because there has been some new ones since my last video. You're very, very welcome to join us all here today. So as I was saying, next weekend is the beginning of December and I'm sure lots of you are joining in with the celebrations at the Jingle Ball. If you don't know what the Jingle Ball is, I think it may even be a little bit too late to join, but you can certainly check out the Jingle Ball. But I'm sure if you're a Flosstube viewer, you will be more than familiar with it. It's an online retreat, stitchy retreat that runs next weekend and I've got my ticket ready. I think it's going to be a little bit challenging with the time differences. Obviously it's all governed by the time in America and we're quite a little bit in front here, so it will be challenging, but I will do my best to get into some of the stitching rooms and see who I can see. So if you're going to the Jingle Ball, let me know in the comments down below. And I have signed up for one class, which is Kathy of Hands On Designs Jingle Ball. It's one of her block party designs. So I will be sharing my kit for that later on. I didn't get the actual kit, I got the PDF option and kitted myself, but I'll give you fair warning so if you don't want to see, because I know she asked people that had bought the kit not to open them until the class, but I don't know how many people would have that much self-restraint. I don't think I would. So I'm waffling already and we've only just started. It's been a really busy time since I saw you last. There's so much stuff going on at work. Work's busy, home is busy. It's just trying to find that balance between getting the things you want to do done and doing the things that you have to do. And that is always a really tricky balance. But I have managed to do some stitching. I've even managed to do a fully finish for you. I've got a couple of finished pieces that are not fully finished and some stitchy updates, an update on the giveaways from the last episode, some plans for the Christmas period which I'd like to share with you too, and a couple of teeny tiny bits of haul. So shall we get started by having a look at my fully finished object. Now if you follow me on Instagram you've seen this already. This was stitched, I honestly can't remember if it was last year, it may have even been the year before. I've got a sneaking feeling it was the year before. Don't let it be said that I am hasty in finishing. I finished the stitch piece quite a while ago, but getting around to fully finishing was a different matter. So here is my fully finished object for today. And as you can see, this is the cookie exchange, which was a mystery stitch along from Kathy at Hands On Design, and I finished mine. I used a 32 count Murano in the Aqua Splash. These little white, where are my fingers going? These little white dots are on the fabric, not stitched on, but they just make it look a little bit snowy. And I thought, I had it for ages and I was going to make it into you know, just like on a little wooden board or something like that. And then I found this wooden rolling pin in one of the, I don't know if it was Home Bargains or B&M, I think it was Home Bargains, one of them. And I'll show you the back. It's it's a little, I think it's like for rolling out shortbread, because these are all, the design is all like an indentation, so when you press it into your dough it leaves the pattern, and it is super pretty. And I was trying to figure out a way to do this without covering up the design, but when I wrapped my piece around it, I just loved it so much I thought I'm happy to sacrifice the design. So what I did, I put some iron-on interfacing on the back, and then I hemmed it. Don't know if you can see, I just did a little hem, just pressed it over and did a hem, and sewed some rickrack with my machine all the way around the edges so it had a border. And then I used some trusty hot glue and just wrapped my piece around the rolling pin and added a little bit of greenery and some ribbon. And I'm really pleased with the result, and I'm so glad to have it out of my finished pieces box so that I can finally use it. This will go in my tiered tray on the dining table, and I think it's going to look really cute because it can just sort of sit at a jaunty angle in the tray with the greenery popping out over the edge, and I think that will be a really nice little display piece. So I used all the called for. This pattern is still available. I think you might have to go to Hands On Design website, or you can check on your with your LNS or your local your online needle workshop that you prefer using. But it is such a cute design, and as I said, I am thrilled to have this one done. So that's my FFO for today. I'm going to pop that down there, and then I do have 3 other finished pieces to share with you today. Now the first piece that I have, and I'm going to try and get my design boards in order so I can share properly. The first one is this little Halloween spool, which is Trick or Treat, and this was from a PDF that was kindly given to me by Crafty Bluebonnet Designs, which is April and Hayley. So thanks again to you both. I didn't get around to fully finishing in time for Halloween, but this will go in the box ready to finish off for next year. But I'm glad to have got it stitched, and it was a really fun little stitch. And there was also a giveaway last video for a PDF of your choice from these ladies, so I will announce that in a little while. And they have got some really cute designs, and they stitch up really quickly. I used a piece of I think it's a 32, might be a let me have a look. I think it's a 32 count vintage country mocha from Zweigart, and I used the called for DMCs on that sweet little finish. And I've been faffing around so long today. I'm hoping that the light is going to stay with me, because it's now about 2:45 in the afternoon. The camera's picking up the light really well, but it's actually getting a little bit gloomy. But I've been faffing around getting this floss tube ready and doing various other things. So yeah, I need to just get on with it before we run out of light. Okay, so the next finished item that I wanted to share with you, and I'm so happy that this is done. This is Cup of Christmas Cheer by Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread. And let me hold Jolly Santa up so you can see him. And I am really thrilled that it's done, because I plan to get this one fully finished in time to go with all my Christmas pieces. I have used DMC for this, and I can't remember if this is the chart here by Brenda Gervais. This is actually, I don't know if you can see there, that is a pom-pom, because he has a pom-pom. You have the option to pop that on for the bobble on the end of his hat. And I'll just let you know, yeah, she does list, actually DMC is the called for in this design, which is great, because sometimes, even though these designs are quite small, if they have a lot of over-dyed flosses, they can still become quite expensive to kit up. But this one, not the case. I couldn't get my hands on the right DMC for the sort of the body of the house. but I chose as close as I could. And what I particularly like about this, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, you might be able to see it there. If you look at his moustache and eyebrows, these are satin stitched after you've cross stitched them. So it gives it a really nice sheen and really brings those features to life. So I bought some ribbon and some rickrack to try and finish it as close to Brenda's sample, because in my eyes she can do no wrong. And what I would really love is if I could find one of these proper sort of vintage Santa mugs, but I had a little look online, and to get one over here, because most of them are in the States, they are quite expensive. So we need someone to make some up-to-date replica versions of those, so we can get hold of them, because I think they are super cute. So Santa will be hopefully fully finished very, very soon. I'm going to pop that down there. Now this next finished piece that I've got to show you is must be at least 3 years old, and it was challenging because of the fabric, and when you see it you will understand why. And this one is Merry Chalkful, and it's from Hands On Design, and this is from the series. These Chalk 4 were a series of jars, different sort of seasonal mason or ball jars, and they were based on original chalk artwork by Priscilla from Stitching with Housewives. And as you can see, I've got a lovely little jar full of, I'm just peeping out here, jar full of little Santa heads and all the greenery and the jar. This is on a 32 count, I can't remember the name of it, but this is a standard Zweigart. It isn't over dyed or anything like that, and it looks quite black from there, but in real life it's more of a charcoal, or it's very sort of chalky, sort of chalkboard looking. And I've got a whole fat quarter of it here, so I've got plenty. This is all doubled over. I've got plenty to do some more, but it was a bit of a challenge, but I powered through because I really, really like this design. So let me show you the chart, which is this one. I love the small as well. I'd like to do the small, but I'll have to do that one maybe next year to go with it. And in a shop called The Range, which if you're in the UK you will be familiar with, I picked up this little board, just a little Christmas piece. I'm pretty sure it was $1.99. It was really, really inexpensive. It doesn't say on here, but on the back of it is completely just plain red. So I'm thinking that this piece, you can see size wise, should be absolutely fine to mount this on some sticky board with some fabric behind and zhuzh it up with some ribbons, and I think that would be a really nice little finish. So again, I'm gunning to get that one done for this Christmas, but do, if you're in the Range, have a little look out for these boards, because I think, I like the red. I think it's a really nice red finish, but if you wanted to paint it or whatever, I think for $1.99 that's an absolute bargain and really, really good for finishing. So those are all my fully finishes and finishes, and I'm very pleased with myself because I've had some sewing going on and some other sort of secret squirrel things, because as you all are probably aware, Paula of the Snail Garden, and Eva Faith, my friend Paula, and I always do a Christmas Advent swap. This year we're doing 12 days. That was me saying, Paula, can we do 12 days? Because I get too stressed out doing 24 days. But we agreed that that would be a nice sort of happy medium between doing the full fat 24 days of Advent, just to make it 12 days. So I've had lots of secret squirrel things to do for that. So I'm pleased to have got anything finished cross stitch wise. I've got some other pieces that I've been working on though, and I've found I've become, I suppose, monogamous in my stitching, because when I got out the the Merry Chalkful and the Cup of Christmas Cheer, I finished off the Merry Chalkful. I don't know why I'm tapping it down here on the table, you can't see. I finished that one first. I pulled it out and thought I will leave that one by my little stitchy spot in the lounge, and I will stitch on it until it's done. I then did the same with Cup of Christmas Cheer, and it's getting results. I'm digging out some of these whips and working my way through them. Another one that you may remember seeing, and this is, I'm trying to find my little bag here so I can show you the bits and pieces and remove that bit of fluff. This is Baby It's Cold Outside by Heartstring Samplery, Beth Twist, and this, as you can see, is almost done. This moved into the lounge once I'd finished Cup of Christmas Cheer, and I had already completed the house and the trees, but other than that it was waiting for its border and the text and the snowflakes and all the little sort of final fiddly bits. So I've really cracked on with that one, and I would like to think I could finish this year. If I can, I will be delighted. I'm not sure how I will finish it yet. I think it will need to be a framed piece. But let me tell you what I've used on this. I'll show you the chart as well. It's just living in a small bag. Alfie doesn't seem to be tempted by the small project bags as much as he is by the large project bags. Don't ask me why. Okay, so here's the chart from Heartstring Samplery. The fabric I'm using is a Fibre on a Whim 32 count espresso. This is a little bit chewed, as you can see, because somebody got hold of it. And I really like that it's got that sort of moody look to it, and I think the snowy details are standing out really well. And it's that sort of, just for me, it's got that look of it being sort of cold and miserable outside and snowy, but wanting to stay inside by the fire. I'm using all the called for flosses, apart from I've substituted a DMC 712 here, but the colours are mostly Gentle Arts. I've got a Classic Colourworks 12 grain in there, but I haven't actually even used that one, so I don't know why. I'm using all the called for flosses on this, and yes, I am hoping for a finish this year. So that is one of my current whips. I'm debating whether to actually move this to car stitching. If you're a returning viewer, you know that I get quite a lot done in my lunch hour from work. I take a piece, leave it in the car and stitch on it at lunch times, just to keep some momentum going on my projects, and also just to de-stress at lunchtime. Work can be quite busy and it's really nice to just relax with a little bit of stitching. Speaking of which, my current project in the car is another old Christmas whip that has been resurrected, and this one is Snowballs For Sale by Laurie Holt. It's an It's So Emma pattern, and as you can see, there is a huge amount of snowman body to be filled in. This is on a 25 count Lugana, so it's quite a big piece. As you can see, it's quite big. I think I might like to make a big sort of cushion out of this when it's eventually done. It won't be done for this Christmas, that's for sure. That is a really stitch dense area that has to be filled in, and even doing that scarf seemed to take an age, but I do love him. He's very, very sweet, and I've got the chart here to show you, but I'm trying to think of best use of my time for my stitching, and I think that if I were to switch Baby It's Cold Outside to car stitching, I'd be more likely to get a finish this year, because I know that this one will definitely not be a finish this year. So here's the chart. So as you can see, most of it's done. It's just the snowman's body, a few more snowflakes, and there's quite a big piece of snow at the bottom. I mean, it's only a few rows deep, but it goes right the way across, and it's not going to take 5 minutes to stitch that. And the cute little buttons that go down the body of the snowman. I just think it's really a cute design. I'm stitching this using all the called for DMC, and 3865 is the called for the snow, and I think I've got quite a lot in here ready. I think I've got about 3. Yeah, I've got 3 skeins of 3865 here ready to go for that big old snowman body. I think Mr. Snowman might have to wait till next year so that I can get Baby It's Cold Outside done. So that's what I've been up to with those. I'm going to pop that away neatly. And I haven't dropped any needle minders in the car lately, so that's good. Only because I haven't been using one. I've been mostly just putting my needle in my fabric or poking it into my clothes or whatever. Anything not to have a needle magnet incident again. The next whip that I've been working on, I just need to get some goodies out of here to show you. And this is a stitch along that I'm doing with Fat Quarter Shop. And if I just grab all the bits and pieces, I did have a comment on the last video, and I'm so sorry that I hadn't got round to answering it. This is the Shine Bright sampler, and here is my progress. I'm shuffling things around here, can you tell? This is my progress. This was a stitch along a couple of years ago from Fat Quarter Shop, and it comes from this book, the Bonnie and Camille Quilt Bee, and it's got, as you would guess, it's got a quilt in here, but it's also got a cross stitch design, and it was a stitch along. I think they used Cosmo floss, but this time it has been reimagined and reinvented with a whole new palette which complements one of the latest fabric ranges from Bonnie and Camille, which the name of escapes me at the moment. I do apologise, but it's been recoloured. So I've got all my flosses in this little tin just to keep them tidy, and they're all Aurifil. Now this is a little bit of a nest, but can you see how pretty those colours are? And if you've got the book and you wanted to stitch the, unfortunately this is not available as a separate pattern, it's only available in this book. Let me see if I can find the actual, without showing you the chart. Okay, so here's the Shine On cross stitch, and you can see all the colours there. It's quite a big piece. It's on, I'm using 25 count vintage cloth by Lori Holt in the called for, which is Cloud, and the flosses which are called for, as I said. So if you have the book and you wanted to stitch the new colourway, if you go to Fat Quarter Shop and look at their listing for the Shine Bright Sampler Floss Pack, the Aurifloss Floss Pack, they give you the original colour name, what that colour is now, and how many spools you would need if you're using Aurifloss, or what actually came in the pack. So you can then cross-reference between the key to the colours in the book to this description, and then change it to the colour numbers listed here. Or of course you could stitch it in the original colourways, or you could choose your own, or however you want to do it, but it's such a nice stitch. Now it's been broken down into 12 monthly parts. So this was the sort of the launch section, if you like. This was the first part, and the second part goes live on the 1st of December. So I do have to get a little bit of a wiggle on, because I'd like to get mine done by then, so that I'm ready for all the things I'm going to tell you about in just a moment that I'm planning for the month of December. So really enjoying this. It's a lovely stitch, it's comfort stitching, it's easy on the eye because it's a nice large count on the 25 count Lugana. It's stitched 2 strands of floss over 2 strands or 2 threads of the fabric. So it's, as I said, it's going to be quite a large piece. But that is the Shine Bright sampler. So that one needs to stay out really, so that, and I really should sort out this little rat's nest in here. The Orifloss is wonderful, I love it. I find it doesn't tangle, the colours are beautiful, it's a really nice floss to sew with. But my only thing that slightly peeves my organised mindset is that you have all the little bits and pieces. I just keep them all in the tin, and then once the lid's on I don't have to worry about it. But when you're using floss drops you get so used to everything being in one place, but it's worth it to use such pretty flosses. So I'm going to pop this all away, and let me know if you're joining in with that stitch along. Okay, I'm going to pop that down there now, and I don't know where this has come from. I picked this really cute little tin. It's a Moda one, because when I'm stitching, since having Alf and being so worried that he's going to get hold of scissors or needles or whatever, I just keep this by my, there's orts in here and all sorts, this is a bit embarrassing, but I keep it in my unripper, scissors, needle minder and some needles and bits and pieces, chuck all the orts in there, and then as soon as I see him coming I can snap the lid shut and he can't get anything that will hurt himself. So yes, my little handy hint if you happen to be a Jack Russell mum. Okay, let's quickly announce the winners of the giveaways from the last episode. Then I'm going to share with you some new items from Fat Quarter Shop, my tiny modest little bit of haul, and then I'll share with you my plans for December. So I asked you in the last video if you would like to receive a PDF copy of a bluebonnet design, crafty bluebonnet chart to use the word bluebonnet in your comment, and it was a very popular giveaway, and the winner is Jane Styles. So Jane, if you could contact me please at the email address in the description box below and tell me the email address you'd like your chart to be sent to, I'll put you in touch with the lovely ladies at Crafty Bluebonnet, and you can choose from their selection and they will email you a PDF. If I didn't make that sound too complicated, it isn't, but congratulations Jane. The other giveaway, I shared my drum that I made using Laurie Holt's Stitch Cards Set R, and thank you for your kind comments on that. I really enjoyed making it, and I had a spare set of these to give away, and you used the word drum, and the winner of these is a Cankerdoodle Bee. So I'll pop your name up here, so if you can also contact me using the email address below, let me have your mailing address and I will get this sent out in the post to you as soon as I can. So congratulations to our winners. Pop those down there safely. Okay, I'm very lucky that Fat Quarter Shop sent me some goodies to review and share with you guys and all the things, and they've sent me some beautiful things to share today. So the first one I want to show you is a quilt pattern called Alpine Blooms, and this is very versatile, crib, lap, twin or queen sizes all listed on the back. As ever, their patterns are really well written and all the cutting instructions, fabric suggestions are all on the back, and a really lovely design there. So that one is available now. A bit of an autumn theme next. You have to bear in mind that for a start I don't floss tube as often as I should, and also sometimes these things take a bit longer to get to me here in the UK. So I've got October's Stackables, which I think that little scarecrow is absolutely adorable. And the, I think that's hot apple cider or mulled cider, but really cute. This has been a series for this year. Keeping on with the autumn theme is the Stitch Quarterly, and this is Fall Harvest. I think what you're seeing there behind the basket, I think it was in the Stitch Quarterly kit, I think that was a printed fabric, but the foreground is all stitched. Absolutely gorgeous. All of the It's So Emma charts give you a DMC conversion as well, which is really handy. So there's that one. And how can we forget about Laurie's chickens? And this one is Penny. And she's a proper henny penny, isn't she? With a little chick there. So this is now 10 of 12. Again, this has been running all this year, has been run as a club, but you can buy these individually as well. These are all charted for DMC. Really good fun. So thank you Fat Quarter Shop for sending those. And what they have also sent is, I thought the package was a bit heavy. It was like a jiffy bag, but it was quite hefty. They've also sent this beautiful quilt book, which is Celebrate with Quilts, and it's by Lisa Alexander and Susan Ockey. And that quilt on the front is absolutely gorgeous, sort of a sampler style quilt. This is an It's So Emma publication. And I think the books that they published are to such a lovely standard. The photography is always beautiful. The quality of the, you know, the card and paper stock that they use is also really, really good. It's excellent quality. Now this book is, as I said, it's sort of like a sampler style. I'm going to try and find a couple to share with you. So I think this is the one that's on the front. How beautiful is that? And what I like is the fact that you can go through your scraps if you've got bits of fabric hanging around from other projects, or you're like me and you like buying odd fat quarters randomly, but of course you can buy a whole fat quarter stack as well. They give you instructions to also use the triangles on a roll, and really detailed instructions. And I don't want to show you any instructions obviously because that's what you're paying for in the book, but I just want to find another nice photograph to show you. A lot of them are on the same pages as the instructions, which makes it a little bit difficult, but I think this would make this is a really nice one. This is the Perspective quilt, and look how pretty. But a really lovely book if you're a quilter yourself, if you want to pop it on your Christmas list, and a beautiful gift for a quilty friend. So that is the Celebrate with Quilts book from It's So Emma. Okay, I feel like the light is starting to fade a bit here, so I need to, fortunately it's not reflecting on the screen yet. I mean, not reflecting, but it doesn't seem so dark on the screen. Very quickly, couple of things that I picked up or that I had delivered. This was my West Green Loft Yarns Fabric of the Month hand-dyed linen, and this is the colourway Sugar Almonds. It's such a delicate, soft pink. And I think she's going to be reopening spots for her Fabric and Floss clubs on the 1st of December. So do pop along to Vykky's website if you want to get yourself some beautiful fabric and hand-dyed fabric and flosses. And whilst in Hobbycraft yesterday, and you all know I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with Hobbycraft, but I did exactly what I just said and picked up a random fat quarter, but I just couldn't resist this little guy. Really cute little Christmas fabric. Probably just take a little Christmas project bag with that. So that's what I've been buying. Now I have also been buying some flosses, and I'll tell you why I've been buying flosses. Now I haven't got them all individually to show you because they have gone into, let me just, excuse me while I pop those down there. They have gone into kitting up some projects. Now, as we know, December starts on Friday. It's the 1st of December. Paula and I have done a 12 days of Christmas swap. So I thought, well, if I'm doing 12 days of Christmas Adventing with Paula, what better to do than start 12 Christmas projects? So I am doing, and what have I called it? The 12 starts of Christmas. And I'm starting in December, and I'm going to share with you what I've kitted up. Now, please feel free to join me, and I'll put a hashtag along the bottom of the screen. This is totally relaxed. You can start 12 things, you can restart 12 whips, you can do whatever you want if you want to just join in with me and have some fun over Christmas. What I plan to do is, I've tried to work it out so that I end on Christmas Eve. So that means I will start doing videos every other day in December from Saturday, December the 2nd, which is next Saturday. There'll be a shorter, more condensed version rather than a full Flosstube, but I will include my Advent gift from Paula and also share with you the start that I have made. I should probably start my first new start on the 1st, and then I'll have something to show you, and then I can share with you what I'm starting for the next day. So I hope that makes sense. It should be a lot of fun. I hope I can keep up with it and hope that you'll join me. So would you like to see what I have kitted up to start in December? I've got my big, huge, do you remember this bag that I shared with you? This is the Laurie Holt Big Hexagon Bag, and it's perfect. So I have got 12 projects in here ready to go. Okay, so I'm not going to spend ages on each one because obviously I will share them as I start them in December. And as I said, it does feel like it's getting a bit dark now. So let me just get them out. These are not going to be in any particular order. And oh, nearly there. And I love kitting up projects. I don't know about you. It's one of my favourite things to do. Really enjoy it. But I realised I didn't actually have that many Christmas bags, which is craziness. But anyway. Okay, in no particular order. And I will, where I know the maker, I'll share what the bag is. And I can't remember what some of these are in the bags. Anyway, so let's go. Okay, so this first one in this gorgeous little bag, which is a new acquisition. This is from made by Rachel on Etsy. Super cute patchwork, red and white gingham, a jingly bell, perfect. So what's inside? And I have no idea what order I'm going to start these in through the month of December. And some of these, I've had these charts for ages. So this one is, excuse the glare, Mr. Marshmallow by With Thy Needle and Thread. And I have fabric here in the green, which is from, I think it's from Foxglove and Lace Linen. This is a 36 count hand-dyed fabric, which I think is perfect. And I have got all the called for flosses and a couple, I think a couple of them might be DMC. Yeah, there were. These are all called for. So I went through my stash. I've reorganised all my floss stash, which I'm very excited about. All my DMCs, everything's organised. All the colours to go for that. So that's number one, but not necessarily the first start. So that's Mr. Marshmallow. Love that jingle bell. Okay, the next project I want to share with you. This is an old bag that I made ages and ages ago. And this is Stacy Nash, and this is, what's he called? Whittier from the Animal Crackers. And he's the adorable snowman. And I have got him kitted up with, this is again from Wiggly, from West Green Loft Yarns. And this was the August Fabric Club, which is Barley. And this is 36 count. And I have got the called for plus a DMC Ecru, because I think sometimes when you get to those completely neutral creams and whites, you can get away with substituting DMC, and no one will ever know, not that there's anything wrong with DMC anyway, and it does keep the cost down, especially when you're kitting up 12 projects. So that's number two. Okay, number 3, this oldie goldie that I made, and in here we have Merry Christmas from Blackbird Designs. Beautiful, love this one. Bought it last year, didn't get around to stitching it. I've got in here, I think this is a 36 count vintage country mocha. And I've got the Soie d'Alger from Overa Soie silks that I bought for an abandoned whip, which was a Hands Across the Sea design that I didn't really get on with. So I'm going to make these colours work for Merry Christmas and have a nice silky Blackbird Designs project on the go for that one. How many is that? That's 3, isn't it? Okay, next one, a Christmassy bag that I made again quite a while ago when my bag making skills were a little bit wibbly wobbly. Justin treated me to this booklet, which is the Snowball by Brenda Gervais with thy needle and thread, and there are, I think there are 6 designs in here, 7, she can't count, 7 winter themed designs, all smalls, perfect for your dough bowl. And he did particularly well because he bought this all with the call for DMC for me, and I've put it all onto floss drops, ready to go. And my good old favourite, which is 36 count vintage country mocha, which I do favour because again it does keep the cost down and I like the way it looks, so that's great. And that was 4. I've got 2 projects in here. Let me quickly show you these. I can't show you what they're in because it's a secret. And I have got another with thy needle and thread, and this is the Bells of Christmas. And I feel like the light is dropping. I feel like we're getting a little bit of noise on the video, so hopefully it's going to be okay. I need to speed things up. I've got all the called for flosses, and I have got, what fabric have I got for this one? This is another from my fabric club, and this is the colourway Calamine. So that's that one. You can tell I'm getting quicker. And sharing a house with that is Stacy Nash. What's it called? Wonderful Life Pin Keep Drum. Beautiful. Got that one last year. Again, all the called for with this. And the fabric, I think it's a little mystery piece. I think it was chopped off something. It's just about going to fit on there. It's a 36 count. I think it might be summer khaki, I think, from Zweigart. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 5 and 6. Oh, I've got a big old mess going on here. Okay, 7. This is a beautiful bag from Pauline at Soie Bags, and those are all little fairy lights, and I think this is a Liberty fabric. Beautiful. Love Pauline's bags. Now what have we got in here? Right, if you don't want to know about the Jingle Ball class from Kathy at Hands On Designs, then look away now. If you're not going to the Jingle Ball, or you are and you don't care and you just want to know, then feel free to look. I printed out an image from the PDF there, and I have got all the called for, which is DMC, and I have got the called for because Kathy said so. I have got the Cashel, which is a 28 count in antique white, and you can probably hear I've got some jingle bells in here just in case I need them for finishing. So I think that was 7. Was that 7? 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that was number 7. Okay, motoring on. I'm going to be sitting in the dark in a moment. Another one of my bags, and in here we have Oh, this, I can't wait to do these. So excited to finally get this one started. This is from Christina of Whilst Iris Naps, and this is G is for Gingerbread. And I have got called for flosses, all DMC equivalent. I think she gives you weeks in the pattern as well. I have got some of Vykky's fabric. This is unnamed. This was just April this year's club colourway, 36 count, and I have got 2 little charms because we're going to have Justin Gingerbread and Nicola Gingerbread. So that's project number 8. So these are not all going to get stitched this Christmas, but they are all going to get started, which I think will be fun in itself. This is from a bag from Paula. She made this for me, I can't remember if it was last Christmas or the Christmas before. Gorgeous, all the little snow globes. And in here I have got another Brenda Gervais with Thy Needle and Thread, and this one is Merry Old Soul. Gorgeous. I've got Frosty, the snowman one, and I have got Paula's bag and Paula's linen. This is Eva Faith linen, and this is a 36 count, and the colourway is Dove, and it's a soft grey, and all the called for flosses. Quite a few called for just for a little guy, but they are super pretty. So that one must be number 9. So number 10, a little Christmas patchwork bag, one of mine. In here I have got, we're going all retro here, I have got vintage Christmas sampler from Laurie Holt, and It's So Emma design. I've made some of these as smalls before, but I thought I'd like to do the whole thing as a sampler. And I have got some, I think it's a 32 count white linen. I'm going to have to do some clever back stitching around some of the white bits like Santa's beard, otherwise that's not going to show. And I have got all the called for DMCs and randomly a white classic colourwork Snowball on there. Okay, so that was project number 10, and project number 11, another bag made by me. There is a Snowball missing, no prizes for guessing where that Snowball pom-pom ended up. And in here we have, this is another It's So Emma chart, and this is the cookie cutter ornaments, and I've got the tart tins in my stash ready to go. I've got not so many called for this one, and I've got some Cloud Lugana as well to get some of those done. See, some of these are bigger projects, some are small, some are ornaments, some are not. I tried to give myself a nice combination. Last but not least, number 12, in a very ancient, this is the very first bag I made, and yeah, don't look too closely. Okay, and in here I have, this was in my advent from Paula, not last year, the year before. It's Lizzie Kate, and it's Nutcracker sleds, and there are 3 on here: the holly leaves, the Nutcracker, and the Gingerbread man. And inside are 3 little pieces of perforated paper, some beads, and the charts. Paula also gave me in my advent that year all the called for flosses, which I have put onto floss drops or had them ready on floss drops, and she also gave me one of the little sleds. So I will choose one of these, probably the Nutcracker. Yeah, and that one I should hopefully get done this year. So that was a little whistle-stop tour of those 12 projects that I'm going to be starting in December. So please do join me, dig out some charts that you'd like to get stitched, kit them up if you've got time. I know this is why I wanted to get back to you sooner, so that you'd have time to get some things kitted up. You don't have to do 12, do a couple of new starts, pull out some Christmas whips, however you want to do it. But I'd love it if you could join me, and I'd also love it if you could join me for those extra videos that are coming in December starting next week. So that is everything for today. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your time with me. I'm sorry if it's got a little bit blurry because it's getting dark. I hope to see some of you at the Jingle Ball. And if you're one of our lucky winners, please do drop me an email and I'll get your prizes emailed and posted to you as soon as I can. So I will see you all next weekend. Until then, take care. Bye.